This is the Ovum Government podcast. This is an introduction.
Yeah.
Introduction to the book. It's not the book itself. And I want to know, who is VITO de Simone?
Well, VITO de Simone is basically, that's me, first of all.
Okay. But
Second of all is that academically, I went to City College of New York City. I also went to Rutgers University and to obtain the PhD. And I have had a program on TV, as you know.
what's the name of it? What's the name of the program?
There are two programs. One is called the Italian American Writers.
Mm-hmm.
So I dealt with the writers a lot. And the other one is for cultural issues.
Okay.
Which dealt with whatever issues Italian Americans had at the time.
Is this your first book?
Yes, I wrote several academic articles, but this is my first book, yes.
You started writing this book when?
About 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And what was the inspiration? Why you decided to write this book?
Two things really pushed me to start writing. One was a statement made by the Republican U.S. President Ronald Reagan. Mm-hmm. I'm a Democrat throughout my life, but I think Reagan said something very important which disturbed my mind and could never take it aside. And that was the statement that he made while campaigning. He said, governments make war, not people. So he distinguished the people from the government. And the other statement was that I had noticed that people during the war start screaming and parading and all that, but the moment war is over, they stopped. They go to sleep. And then the next war starts and people start screaming and parading and objecting about the war, and then they stop again. So what happens is I noticed that in the last 2,000 or 3,000 years, basically we have one war after another, and there is no program or no idea that could stop wars from continuing having wars forever. We're having wars forever, and if we don't change, they will go on forever. And now that we have the atomic power, a war is more destructive, not just between two parties, two contending parties, but rather the whole earth is involved. Just look at at Russia invading Ukraine today. It is not just Ukraine and the U.S. and Russia involved. It is the United States, it is Europe, it is everybody. So a war affects everybody. And we need to stop with wars.
So it was Ronald Reagan words saying that people don't make wars, governments make
government war.
And that was the inspiration for you to write this book, correct?
Yeah, basically that disturbed my mind, and I could never forget what he was saying, and I thought that was true. So you need to find a resolution that would stop wars and not just go from one war to another.
Okay, so that was a good introduction for this wonderful book that's called The Ovum Government. And stay tuned for episode 1. Thank you.